that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here, but in order to explain that, I'm gonna have to take you way back. Dark Souls has been a staple of the ARPG and Souls-like genre for more than a decade now, and one of the first of its kind. Don't mind that. With its character creation, mechanics, riveting gameplay, astonishing reviews, and a heap of people playing this game constantly, me having a few hours worth of gameplay, I'm asking myself, can I beat Dark Souls 1 in less than 6 hours? Let's find out. I started my adventure after countless hours spent pondering strategic maneuvers, analysis of Dark Souls gameplay, and I lean on the big old classic, Big Sword Go Bear. But first, let's make my champion of destruction. D's. Running past this lard, we receive our Estus Flask from a less fortunate gentleman. Circle back and fight the Stray Demon. Now that's over with, time to actually get started. Deja vu hitting hard and pep in my step. I had my first objective, which was retrieve my Mjolnir, otherwise known as the Zweihander. With this two-handed monster-crushing machine, most prominent for its staggering ability to stagger, will fit perfectly with my goal of being able to swing around a big sword. Dragonite here. If you made it this far as well, help me reach that number 3 goal and subscribe. Well, back to our regularly scheduled program. Small issue though, is I don't have enough strength to wield it, so let's get some souls to level up. Our first major hurdle is the Taurus demon. Encountered in a narrow confined space, its massive brutal attacks are difficult to dodge, and one single misstep can lead to a swift and crushing defeat. Oh, well, that was easier than I thought. With the 8,000 souls we now have, we have enough to upgrade our strength and get to use our get to use our what the hell is going on? Let me use my sword. The new profound power of my sword gave me the confidence to put it to the test, unleashing the strategy that would define the rest of our journey ahead. Its heavy attacks crashes down on regular enemies with overwhelming force, staggering them hard enough to easily land another hit. Using its heavy attack with speed and precision, I can, in theory, avoid ever getting hit, cutting down my enemies before they even reach me, but the real danger lies when something or someone turns my own strategy against me. My next objective on my list is the infamous Bale Gargoyles. My first playthrough, these cheeky bastards were like riding a bicycle for the first time. Yeah, maybe I could ride it with a little bit of help, but sometimes you just get hit by a bus if you aren't looking. But not this time. With a little pinch of good yellow kush, the gargoyles got, and we got our objective completed and rung the bell in victory and triumph. The Zweihander, while good as a base weapon, does get some good upgrades to it. So if we swing it over to my man Andre over here, we can increase our weapon to even do more damage. Now I'm unstoppable. Oh, wait, shit. Where'd my stamina go? What the My character's flaws were showing. One huge flaw being our stamina. The sword is too big for us to swing too often, but I'm not sure if we can sink all our levels into stamina just yet. So next best thing, we have the Grass Crest Shield. This shield, when equipped, increases regen by 10 points per second. In other terms, we get a 22% increase in regen speed, which is a huge increase and probably can save us in most situations when we're tight on stamina. So let's retrieve our shield. While we're around here, we can save this special princess trapped in the tower, Havel. And with a few spins in the back, we can now equip our first ring, Havel's Ring. One of the most aggravating bosses to ever get created was the Capra demon, but not necessarily fighting him, more so just getting there. It's just watch. Not only do I have to worry about getting inside the boss area, I not only need to defeat the Capra demon, but 2 stray dogs. It's just they're taking bites out of me, which isn't cool. So kill the dogs, and then we have a smash fest and destroy the Capra demon. Now, the next area opened up to us, the depths, home to this creature. and the upgrade material for Andre to make our Zweihander even more of a powerhouse than it is. Provided we don't get shredded on our way down, we make it to the Gaping Dragon and onwards to the next area. The Gaping Dragon, the behemoth blocking our way down to the hellscape of Blighttown, is actually optional. You see, if you just skip this boss entirely, we can. We go past with our master key down into the Valley of the Drakes, but where's the challenge in that? I'm not going to make you sit through this. Long story short, the dragon has 4 times as much health as any boss we've fought so far. And we move on to our next titan. First, I'm just going to kill Lothric here, and he'll give us something later. You know how I was talking about earlier, the back doors of Blighttown? Yeah, I refuse to go the correct way, so especially since I have this lovely master key, plus our next boss, the Chaos Witch Quelaag, I can just teleport back up to the top once we get done, so we don't have to walk as far. Oh geez, glad I don't have to make that walk again. Now we can just move along from this. Well, didn't see that coming. Quelaag, the Witch of Chaos, stands as the guardian of the second Bell of Awakening, as well as the first big power spike. Quelaag has an arrangement of moves at her disposal, including Lava Throw Up, Cloud's Special Sword Slash, and Creeper Boom. Quelaag, with all of this in mind, we do have a weak point we can infiltrate. If we run too close to her and get to hug that right or left side during her slashing attack, we can dodge it completely. As long as we run away from Big Boom and Lava, we can essentially just kill her without taking damage. We need to kill the almighty Pinwheel. Yeah, he really isn't all that mighty. Honestly, probably the first boss that was given up on, but getting to the area is not a goddamn joke. Like, Jesus Christ. One small detour before we get Pinwheel. We gotta retrieve the Dark Seance Ring, which we can acquire through a few secret entrances and guarded behind a huge skeleton right here. Remember this ring. We'll be using this for later. After the bloodbath of running back and forth, we finally make it to Pinwheel, and he's dead. He really is the easiest boss. Before we go to Sen's Fortress and over to Anorlando, I want a particular item found back at where it all started, the Asylum. At the Asylum, we find ourselves face to face with the first boss of the game. Again, the Stray Demon, and we find something a bit different about him. This dude has way too much health. Well, he's not necessarily hard, he's just another one of those bosses like the Gaping Dragon where I'm not going to put you through what I had to go through. Oh, you gotta be shit. Ah, yes, such riveting gameplay. With the Stray Demon defeated, we get ourselves an item for later use, the Titanite Slab. And running past this lovely knight in shining armor, we find a peculiar doll. Hey, what's up, buddy? While we're here, with my man Andre, we upgrade our sword since we finally gave this man the Large Ember, and also acquire the Crest of Artorias. Heading down into the Darkroot Basin for a freebie boss, the Moonlight Butterfly. Swinging on back, we use the crest on the doorway here and find ourselves in another bump in our run. The goodest boy, Seath, the Great Grey Wolf. One of the saddest boss fights ever. Quote, Seath with Artorias, the Abyss Walker's partner. When Artorias was swallowed by the Abyss, he threw up his great shield to protect Seath, and as he could no longer bear it with his arm broken. Now, Seath guards his fallen comrade's grave and ring to ensure that what happened to Artorias doesn't happen to anyone else. Seath, with the use of Artorias' sword, uses this to an advantage, keeping a perfect distancing and jumping around when necessary to deal big damage. After sitting under Seath during a bunch of his twirling attacks, we watch as he struggles, closing in on death, and deal the final blow and put him out of his misery to join his master. Seath left us the Ring of Artorias, a crucial ring for beating this game, and we move on. Next up is Sen's Fortress, where we find the Iron Golem, the man guarding the coolest place in the entire game, Anorlando. But before we do that, I want to upgrade the sword and get that to +10 before we move on. The Iron Golem is our next boss, and with my newly upgraded sword, we head into the fight, hoping for another victory, and... oh. I didn't know that could happen. Honorlando was one of the coolest places we got to visit, and my first time making it here, looked out into the scenery, wishing I could experience this euphoria again and again. But we have business. I kill both gargoyles and use the peculiar doll and enter into the painted world, jump attack the glitched out dragon, and head into the fight. Crossbreed Priscilla. The half-dragon spawn is the boss that dwells in this painted realm where the gimmick is to go invisible and add blood loss or freezing. Which, with my recent encounters, should be a much easier task, and she was eliminated. Using another item, the Dark Seance Moon Ring, we can sneak past here to kill Dark Sun Gwyndolin, which is easier said than done because this fight was far from an advantage for our build. Constantly having to run towards her and hoping I get the timing right to dodge the bullets of destruction, but after a few failed attempts, we adapted and overcame Gwyndolin. After, I need to make it over to our next armor piece, the Silver Knight set, which, in my opinion, probably one of the coolest sets in the game, but we have to make it past this stupid-ass knight blocking our way, which has always given me trouble. But after a little cheekiness, we push him off the cliff and get to our bonfire. After obtaining our new armor, we make it to Dragon Slayer Ornstein and Executioner Smough fight, which is where our cumulative knowledge of all the bosses prior is really showing. How far we've come from just a little man with an axe to a silver knight in shining armor, shoving it to anyone who dares oppose us. So, without further ado, this is the Ornstein and Smough fight. With Honorlando freed of these tyrants, I made my way to retrieve the Lord vessel and received it from this lovely lady. Before we leave, one of the most important sets in the game I've kind of forgotten about was Havel's set, and yeah, the Silver Knight set was cool, but that was just for the duo fight. I mean, it'd be too easy if we used the Havel set just right out the get-go. Come on now. I mean, come on, look how cool we look. We could use this for the end game. Our next fight is up against the Four Kings, the first of the four lords found in New Londo ruins after draining the place of all of its water. We can wander into this lovely labyrinth of darkness, retrieve ourselves the very large ember, which we'll be using later on. And the boss room was found, so we equipped our Ring of Artorias, and then we was gifted from Seath, and we enter into the abyss. Sorry, let's try that again. We enter the abyss to fight our first lord. Oh, dude, I'm stupid as fuck.
Слово «рум» из смерть для вас означает одно и то же.
And with that, we can talk to my man Koth over here, who gives us a ride down to where we can place the Lord Vessel. Making our way over to the Demon Ruins, since we've got a few fights to do before the Bed of Chaos. First, the Ceaseless Discharge, which if you're not aware of this boss, all you have to do is guide him to the edge where you can hit him 6 times, we get a freebie. Next, we have the fire version of the Stray Demon, which I'll save you the trouble. He throws Boom, we run away from Boom, we run into Boom, sometimes. Heal from Boom, hit boss for a little damage, rinse and repeat, not hard. It's the same as the other two. But you know what is hard is the Centipede Demon, because what the hell am I supposed to do? Bro is literally surrounded by lava that just shreds me instantly. Like, oh, duh, just don't stand in the lava. After that, we make our way through the lava with our newly acquired Charred Ring through Lost Izalith. We make our way right before the Bed of Chaos, but we have a little detour before our next adventure. We need to be able to see in the Tomb of Giants, because I already have a hard time in the catacombs, let alone without this lovely helmet. All we have to do is kill this red-eyed bug right here, and we can retrieve it. Now back to our regularly scheduled program. We run into the belly of the beast and try and run to the Bed of Chaos, one of 3 choke points, which is easier said than done. Because what the actual hell, this tree got some fast hands. But there is an easy strat. Just attack one of the choke points, exit out, easy as that. Then we start back at the beginning and jump right into the fight, and boom, we have one less thing to worry about. Then we can do some finagling. We run straight into Inquire next Lord's Soul. Oh, well, hey man, that wasn't cool. We start our long trek down with our newly acquired Maggot Mask in the Giant's Tomb, where we find ourselves face to face with the Lord himself, Nito, which he really isn't that neat, yo, because what kind of setup is this? Not only do I start the fight with a huge chunk of my health taken away from me, I gotta deal with this move that instant targets me and kills me outright. We reset, walk our way back down, and fight the everlasting skeletons while Nito pounds on us over and over. And with just enough Estus Flask to heal us through, we kill Nito and acquire a 3rd Lord Soul. We make our way for a quick detour just to set up some trivial stuff for the DLC. First, upgrading our lovely Zweihander by giving Andre the Large Ember and upgrading to plus 13. Killing the Hydra, Frosty the Pissman, and then make our way over to Seath in the Duke's Archives, where the first fight doesn't go so well, which is okay. We kill a few crystal dudes, run back into the beginning because I forgot the broken pendant, which is very important to start. Then we make our way to Seath the Scaleless, where our second fight doesn't go very well. Okay, so yeah, he didn't like us messing with us in his crib, so he kind of cursed us, so. Good thing these clam-looking things drop the item to get cured, so we enter back into the fight, dodge the cursed spikes this time, and retrieve our next and last Lord Soul. With the broken pendant and Pissman killed, a portal opens up in time and returns us several hundred years into the past. The first thing we do, we go against the Guardian of the Sanctuary. The Sanctuary Guardian. Alright, it's just a manticore, you know, which is kind of sick. This thing has amazing mobility, heavy hitting attacks, and when at long range throws out electric beams of lightning, which with a few easy hits we can get killed instantly, but we killed him first. Main reason that the DLC set up, in my opinion, is to shine a light on the ever so renowned Knight of Glory, commander of the Lord Gwen's army, and the man who was defeated by Manus the Abyss. Now, gets to show up, and we have to kill him too. Funny how that works. Artorias, being the most agile foe we've faced so far. When getting attacked, he rolls away to safety, or even rolls on top of you. And every so often uses a charge attack that doesn't do anything if you just hit him with a heavy attack. But anyways, and Artorias is defeated. Our next foe is Manus. But before we go down to fight him, let's just rest here and... What the hell? Next, we make our way down, fending off from Chester the Jester over here, down to the man, the myth, the legend himself, Manus, the one who slaughtered Artorias. You know, definitely not me at all. All of Manus' moves do almost a quarter of our health in the process, moving at extremely fast speeds, and on top of getting hit relentlessly, this man at mid-range can do a Draco Meteor and obliterate our health. But this was no match for the power of the big sword of destiny. And, oh, this lady too. I don't know why she was really here, but who knows? She could have been bad, yeah. Backtracking a little bit, seems I forgot something that we just need this lovely mimic over here. We can get ourselves the crest key. And we use this key to talk to our friendly giant who, if we have an encounter with this big scary dragon Kalameet, will absolutely snipe the fuck out of him. Oh my god! And we can finally make our way down to the real final fight of the DLC. We have finally met our match. All seemed hopeless, one death after the other, reminding us of our weakness and inability to adapt. Hope was lost. What am I to do now? How could I possibly beat this game in the time frame I gave myself? I could see the clock ticking, spinning, losing it as my deaths went on and on. We didn't fold when it came to any boss beforehand. Nito with his auto-killing intro, the Four Kings with their relentless attacks, the Beta Chaos with the Whips of Justice, Artorias, the Abyss Walker and his angelic presence, or even Manus, the Father of the Abyss, arguably the hardest fight in the game. And I won't be folding now because my destiny is not to crumble under the jaws of pressure. My destiny is to stick my goddamn sword right up Kalameet's ass and go on to kill Gwen. We finally did it. Kalameet was defeated, and drawing at the end of our limit, we rushed to the Lord Vessel to level up our weapon, put all 4 of the Lord's souls into the Lord Vessel, and prepare ourselves for the final fight against the Lord of Cinder. Down the stairs of all the fallen before us, through the kiln of the first flame, we find ourselves face to face with the door to destiny, and where Gwen will take his last goddamn breath. In any war, there are calms between storms. There will be days when we lose faith, days when our allies turn against us. But the day will never come that we forsake this journey, as we will become the best. There are mysteries to the universe we were never meant to solve, but who are we and why we are here and not among them? Those answers we carry inside. I am Dragonite, and this message is to every game in my path out there, because I'm coming for you. Not again. Motherfuck.